Enfoco mi atención hacia el interior. Siento como toda la energía de mi ser está distribuida por mi cuerpo. Intento concentrarme en un punto en el centro de la frente. El centro de la frente es el asiento del alma. Su forma es como un punto de luz sutil, como una hermosa estrella o luz. Observo y soy consciente de cómo emana toda mi energía desde ese diminuto punto de luz, el alma. Cuando me enfoco en ese trono inmortal del alma, donde se encuentra toda la energía, me hago más consciente. Siento que soy esa luz, que soy el alma. Soy luz y energía. Mi cuerpo es el lugar donde resido. Ahora simplemente permanezco enfocado en mi ser. Soy como una estrella. Soy un ser viviente y consciente. Yo soy luz. Mi forma es luz. Irradio luz. Vivo en la luz. Soy la joya de luz que brilla en el centro de la frente. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a una clase extremadamente especial. Para la clase de hoy tendremos traducción en español. Voy a dar la presentación de nuestro hermano Murli en inglés. Para acceder al español hay este botón abajo de interpretación. Y tenemos nuestra hermana Rosana que está haciendo la traducción. ¿Sí? Okay. So, Om Shanti and welcome to all of you and a very special welcome to our dear divine brother Murli Bhai from Malaysia. Today we have a really very special class because of a couple of reasons. One is we have Murli Bhai from Malaysia, the other side of the world. And for him, it's already Wednesday morning. And we also have our family from Puerto Rico here and also the entire region. So it's such a beautiful gift of what drama and technology has provided that we can all come together in one platform going beyond time and limitations. So Murli Bhai is, I have his introduction here, but before we get into Murli Bhai is with Baba since 25 years ago, and from very early in his Brahmin life, he started doing Baba's service 22 years ago in the third largest island in the world, Borneo. I hope I pronounced that right. And he was born in Malaysia. Borneo is part of Malaysia, but it is a different island. And he has been helping there with Baba's service since 22 years. Murli Bhai is a board member and the Assistant Secretary of Brahma Kumaris in Malaysia. And he is also Professor of Robotics and Intelligent Systems in University of Malaysia, Sabah. So a lot of different things. I have come to know a little bit more of Murli Bhai through our interactions in the Gyan group, the Global Youth. Now I forgot the whole one of our young instruments retreats when we have in Madhuban and connecting with the rest of the world. And Murli Bhai is always, always cheerful, always with a smile, and nothing is ever a problem for him. There's always a solution. And I think one of the things that contributes to that is his immense love for Baba and the Yajna. He's always bubbling with enthusiasm and it's always Baba, Baba. And in our recent retreat, I've been observing how much he has been connecting with things at a deeper and a more subtle and spiritual level. So more silence, more drishti, and pulling the whole group into that subtle energy. And so it is a great honor for us today, Murli Bhai, to have you traveling from Malaysia across the sea, coming to Puerto Rico and coming to this part of the world to share with us on the beautiful topic of how to protect our mind. And so I would like to invite Anuradha. She would like to welcome you with a nice bouquet of flowers. So just give me 1 second. Anuradha, 1 second. Okay. Anuradha, and where is Murli Bhai?
Sí. Ave del paraíso para nuestro hermano Murli.
Thank you. Gracias.
Yes,
Con mucho
gracias.
amor desde... Gracias. Desde Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Thank you, Anuradha. Thank you. And Murli Bhai, welcome.
All right. So, Om Shanti. Good evening to everybody. So today I would like to share with you on a very interesting topic, protecting the mind. I will use slides, presentation slides, because I feel that it will be easier for translation as I speak. Of course, you can still see me in the slide. As we know that situations in the world is changing every day. A lot of new things are happening. But one thing is that the concern of all the souls in the world, it's maybe it's increasing. And we know the secret. We know that the secret lies in the mind. So today I will share with you a few things. So you all can see.
Yes.
So this is what we're going to discuss today. Okay. If you have any questions, you can just put in the chat box. Maybe can ask. So first, what are the things that I want to share with you today is that we are going to talk about how to protect the mind, protecting the mind. And the first thing that we want to address is that why do we need to do that? And what to do? What to do? And how to do it? And also when to do it. So these are the aspects that we really are going to look into. Okay? Now the first is that why do we need to protect the mind? This is the first question. At the end of the day, we all want to be happy. We all want to experience the happiness, peace, bliss, all these things. That's what we know. But the challenge is that at the present time, the environment and also our inner vices, it is actually all the negative qualities of the soul, the negativity in the soul, the vices we call it, it is coming out in the form of clearing it up. And also there's an external influence that really can actually influence the way we think. Okay? So what is actually happening is that if I really, really lack experiencing the original qualities, the feelings of the soul, then I will experience the vice. So this is very important aspect. That means the soul actually deprived of all these qualities of the soul, and that is why it is automatically experiencing the vice. So it's empty, and that is why there is something else that is being filled into it. And also we know that the soul came to this world. There is a purpose. Why we came to this physical world? We can always stay there in the soul world and be happy, Of course, you don't feel anything there in the soul world, but we came here because only in this physical body, there is a relationship that is being created. And in any relationship, there will be an interaction. And there is always give and take. There is no way where there is only one way. It's always give and take. And that is why we all know that the purpose of the soul taking the body is to express and to experience the self, which is the qualities of the soul. See, the soul wants to express peace, love, happiness, bliss, power, purity. That's the purpose. And then the soul wants to experience it. But what actually happened? Let's look into it. See, when the soul loses the spiritual energy, as we take so many births in the cycle, we have lost and we became body conscious. Then we lost the ability to experience the permanent innate qualities of the soul. So we lose that ability. Then what happened? Then we became subservient. Then we start to depend on matter and other relationships. For temporary experiencing all these things. So I want peace. I depend on matter, depend on environment, depend on people. So this is what happens because I don't have the strength to experience from within. To zoom in, to understand this very clearly, you see, originally when we were in Golden Age and Silver Age, these qualities of the soul, when you talk about experience, is what the soul really needs. What the soul really needs? The soul really needs this experience of the quality. So it experiences from the self. It has all these qualities already, it's experienced. And then what do you express? You see, when you are expressing something, you will express what you naturally have. Abundance, in abundance, you share with others. So in Golden Age and Silver Age, we were expressing to others what we have. But what happened at the present moment? We are experiencing from others. We are not experiencing from the self. That means I take peace, power, love, happiness from others. And then the expression, those days I have a lot. Though I express to others. Now, actually, if you see the word expression, you are actually very selfish. We are all actually very selfish when we are body conscious. We want to experience or express everything to ourselves. This is something very opposite of what actually we're supposed to do. If you want love, actually you want love. You want it for yourself. And you want peace for yourself. That's why people are doing all sort of things in this world. They want happiness. If you check thoroughly to the deepest aspect, it's actually for themselves. Why? They are deprived. When the glass is full, when you add more water, it will automatically overflow. Automatically give. But when it's empty, if you pour some water, it will fill up itself, So that is what is happening nowadays. This is the reason why we need to protect ourselves. So what happens? This temporary peace, happiness, love, power, bliss, purity, whatever we are getting from others, that it is followed by pain and suffering. Okay? So just to see what is that? The lack of the experience of quality. Now, when I lack peace, I need the vices to sustain and hold the experience from matter and others through the sense organs for myself. I want peace, so I need the vices. So people tend to use these negative devices to attract and also to sustain the temporary experience. Okay? Like example, people who don't have enough love, they don't experience the love from within themselves. So what will happen to them? They will use arrogance. They will express arrogance actually to show the lack of love that they are experiencing in their life. So if we see anybody, who are very egoistic or have little bit of arrogance, we understand that that soul is actually really deprived of love. We can check ourselves. We also have a little bit of ego here and there, right? In some aspects in our life. So we need to really check. Because there is a lack of that experience of real love from within ourselves. Then if I am peaceless, then I will use my anger to show my dissatisfaction. Because peace is from inside. So if I cannot experience peace from inside, and I cannot get peace from other person outside, then I will be angry. That is an expression that we will do. Then if I lack real purity inside me, then what I will do is that I will use attachment to possess. So this is very important to understand. And also if I lack bliss, the experience of bliss, the super senses joy, which I can get by remembering Baba, then I will use lust to satisfy myself. And then if I am not happy, what I will do? I will use greed to fulfill myself. That's why you can see, when people are not happy, they will eat a lot. They will try to get some things to eat, because the greed comes when you are not happy. So these are the things that is happening, the opposite way, how we are actually experiencing and expressing the vices, because we have the lack of the experience of the original qualities of the soul. So this is what Baba always mentions, that Baba gives you an inheritance starting from this birth. Now that inheritance Baba is talking about in this birth is actually the qualities of the soul. Love, peace, happiness. And if I can really experience this original quality, and these original qualities is what's being translated into physical wealth and prosperity in golden age. If I can experience a lot of knowledge, it becomes wealth in the future. So a lot of things. It is actually in golden age, whatever I am experiencing physically, actually it doesn't matter. Imagine if you put a deity in a desert. The deity will still be happy in desert. The deity doesn't depend on any matter or material things to be happy, peaceful, loving. So same thing. Our experience now of the original quality is extremely important, so that we can experience it in the future in abundance. So this is the reason why I need to start to protect myself. Because at the present time, we are using the vices to actually sustain our temporary experience. And what is happening? If you use little bit of vices, starting from corporate, it has an influence on us. And definitely, in what form? Pain, suffering, and sorrow. This will definitely come, and we all know about it. So what happens to the mind? So the mind gets disturbed. The mind gets disturbed. How? Through fear. We'll have fear of losing something. We'll have doubt. Can I do it? Can I achieve it? Then I worry, what will happen? What if this happen? What if that happen? What if this one say like this? All the if comes. And then the worry starts to build in my mind. So basically it's about the future. Why? Because of my past experience. I worry about the past. Something wrong has happened in my life, and I keep holding on to it. And I create the fear of the future based on my past. So that is what worry is all about. And when we all know that worrying is about waste thoughts. You worry about the past, you worry about the future, and you are not being at the present moment, at the present time. So that's how it is actually when the mind gets disturbed. Now, there are two ways how the mind can get disturbed externally. One is through sense organs. So how do we get disturbed through sense organs? Very simple. Whatever I see, whatever I listen to, whatever I feel, I can be influenced by it. I am seeing violence. Maybe I watch movie, I watch violent movie, I watch a sad movie, I watch a movie where people are angry, people are jealous, people are having all the vices inside them. Now that actually go and becomes my memory and it triggers my vices inside. It recalls, it energizes, it empowers the vices. It gives more strength to the vices compared to the qualities of the soul. So what my input through my sense organs has a very high influence on me. And the second one is the vibration, the collective vibration around the world, especially around wherever I am. Now this collective vices or the vibrations of the negativity due to vices actually has a great impact on me. It can easily trigger my past experience of sorrow, suffering, fear. So this comes naturally from external. And that is why we need to protect ourselves. Internally, how to protect ourselves? How to protect the mind internally? I need to make sure I take proper food because the food that I take has a very direct impact to my mind because the nutrition goes to the body, but we all know that the vibration in the food goes to the soul. So if the vibration is not a pure vibration, then negative vibrations can have direct influence of the soul and the mind. And the type of thoughts that I create is based on the food that I eat. And also I can get disturbed because of my health. My health, if I'm not healthy, basically, my mind gets full. Imagine I have a shoulder pain. So every time I am sitting in meditation or sitting relaxed or whatever I want to do, my mind goes towards my shoulder because it's painful. And when we lack of sleep, we are not actually protecting the body to recover from diseases or repair the organs inside my body. So that also creates a lot of pressure on the body that disturbs the mind directly or indirectly. And then also hormone imbalance. When I have hormonal imbalance in my body or some neurotoxins in my body because of certain trigger, then that creates a very severe impact on my mind. And sometimes we do take medicine because of our karmic accounts. We need to settle some karmic accounts. Our body gets sick. So if it's chronic, the disease comes and then we take medicine. And this medicine has side effects. You cannot run away from it. It has side effects. So these are the things that contribute to the mind to be disturbed. It's very important because nowadays, what is happening, we want to have a happy life. And happiness, like what we mentioned just now, was that it's a relationship between give and take. It's experiencing and expressing. Now, whatever happens nowadays, no matter what is the external situation or circumstances, I need to pay attention on three things so that I protect that relationship and I protect my mind from experiencing sorrow, especially taking sorrow. Let aside giving sorrow. We will give sorrow if I am affected or influenced, but taking sorrow. So I call it ABC, ABC. So what is A? What is B? and what is C. Okay, we will look at it. The following. So what can we do to protect the mind? What to do? Okay. Mind, we know, it's always influenced if it's not occupied. That means if you are not thinking about anything good, your mind will be, it's very slippery. It can go to anywhere and think about anything. Especially what is actually bothering you and what qualities or vices that is already on the surface, that is always there, merged in the merged form. That is always will influence the mind. Okay? So I cannot stop thinking. So what I need to do is that I need to replace it. It's like habit, If you want to stop a bad habit, you have to replace that bad habit with something good, something more rewarding, something more fruitful, which you will not go back to the old habit. In other words, they call it lapse, You don't go back to the old habit. So there won't be any lapse. So we need to understand this. I must replace my thoughts. Then, if I don't feel from within, very important. If I don't feel happiness from inside myself, and if I don't share the happiness to others, because you can only share what you feel, what will happen to me is that I will take, I will absorb, I will be influenced by others, by atmosphere, or by matter. So this is very, very important that I need to understand. Okay? So I must replace my thoughts with something that can help me. So how do we do that? How do we replace? So the first thing is that I need to re-emerge my qualities of the soul again and again, to remind myself, to empower myself, to make it part of my present memory and sanskara. I need to re-evoke. That is why, in our Raj Yoga meditation, we always, when we meditate, we remember that we are a soul, but we don't only remember we are a soul, we also remember that I am a peaceful soul, or powerful soul, or loving soul, or happy soul, with a quality. The feeling must be there, because the feeling will rekindle my original quality. I need to bring it out, re-emerge it, and keep it on the surface. So the more I make it part of my present memory and my sanskaras, the more I am protecting myself from the vices. Because if anything happens, where my mind goes, either my mind goes to the vices or my mind goes to the quality. Where it goes, we can check. So if some situation happens, do I get angry? Do I get upset? Do I get disturbed? Do I get sad? So all these things, I can check. We know where my mind goes. Why? You can ask why? Because we have been not paying attention to re-emerge the qualities of the soul again and again. That becomes the first action, natural action. And the experience of the qualities is more than the experience of the vices. Because the experience of the vices is actually a lack of experience of the qualities. Okay? And then what we need to do? I need to check the relationship that is lacking. This is very important. To protect the mind, I need to check the relationship. So what relationship is lacking with you? With Baba. If I have lacking the relationship of a mother or a father, the teacher, or a guru, or a friend, or a beloved. So every relationship, contributes to one quality of the soul. So I can pay attention to that. Because if I am deprived of any relationship, that will pull me down. So I need to do is, I need to build that relationship with Baba. That means the more time I spend with Baba in that relationship, then I can experience that quality easily, like small kids, when they are going to go to bed, when they have fear, what they will do? They will either get a teddy bear, correct? They will hug a teddy bear. Maybe they want to get rid of the fear. They feel that the teddy bear is protecting them, right? Or if they want to be loved, those days, small children, they sleep with their parents. So the kids will hug their mother or father. And nowadays, kids are being put in their separate room, isolated. They become sannyasis, from childhood. So kids says, they don't have friends. They don't have companions. They don't experience that love. So they're deprived at that time. So what they do? They get teddy bear. So they hug the teddy bear. So they create relationship with the teddy bear. So who's our teddy bear? Our teddy bear is Baba, no? So we create relationship with Baba, because when I have that relationship, that quality is built up. This is one of the things that's very interesting to know. And also, I need to check. I need to serve the nature, the elements of nature that has relationship with this quality. The nature is very much related, because our body is part of matter, right? I need to serve my body. I need to serve the nature. If I serve my body, I am naturally serving the nature. If I serve the nature, I am automatically serving my body, because without this body, the soul cannot experience or express itself. Okay? And all these organs are working based on certain elements of nature. Okay, certain elements of fire, water, ether, air, earth. So it's working based on that. So now the question is, when do we need to protect the mind? As you all know, I shared with you all the time, right? So every moment. So I need to do is that I need to create a routine. You see, we do a lot of things. We wake up early in the morning, we brush our teeth, we clean ourselves, we shower, then we will dress up, then we will eat breakfast. We will go and do our work with the computer. So there are two things that's happening parallelly. One is the activity that I'm doing. The second thing is the place where I am. The venue. I go to work, or in my house, I have bedroom, I have bathroom, I have kitchen, I have hall, right? I have storeroom, I have office. So I have all these places in my house. So what I can do is that I can actually assign. Example, kitchen is love. Okay. Kitchen is happiness. Bedroom is peace. Office is love. Example, then whenever I go to my bedroom, I have to create this feeling of peace. So whenever I am in the bedroom, I must always immerse this feeling of peace, always. So I can have a peaceful sleep. And when I go to office, I say, okay, I immerse. Before I enter my office itself, at the door itself, the love must come in my mind. Then I enter the office with so much of love. Can you see? I'm planting the seed of love before I'm doing anything or going anywhere. So if, example, I need to meet a friend. So before I meet the friend, I just create the feeling, okay, happiness. Happiness. Then when I meet that friend, I do everything based on happiness. I talk to that person with happiness. I answer his questions with happiness. I listen to him with happiness. I experience and express happiness. So this is something that we can do. A venue or in relationship or activity. When I'm brushing my teeth, I say, every time I brush my teeth, it must be love. Every time I drink water, it must be power. No? Power. So I can do all activities based on this quality. Because we are doing routine activities. So routine things, we should not take it for granted. Okay? So this is something that is there. So when I do that, I am creating the initial thought and I creating the awareness before I start, no? Before starting anything, or meeting a person or entering a place. So this is what you can do. That's why they have a culture sometimes. They label every room, or this is love, this is peace, this is happiness, What's the reason? Because before a person enters that place, he has to create that thought. It's being like reminded again and again. So this is when we have to do all the time. It's all the time, So why? Because as you all know, initial thoughts will make the mind to create subsequent thoughts related to it. So that's why they always say, Baba say, in the Murli, the final thought leads to your destination. You must start somewhere, right? So that your final thoughts will be thoughts of peace, love, happiness, and thoughts related to Baba. Now, because when my thoughts are based on the qualities of the soul, automatically there is a pull towards the source of that quality. That is Baba. Okay. One more thing that I was telling to you that in terms of relationships, the three things that we need to protect, especially when we are doing things. The first thing that I need to pay attention is that I must protect myself from getting affected. Right? So the second one is that I must make sure that I am very, very clear that my mind is always in a position of giving, not in the position of taking. Because if I am in a position of taking, I will always be influenced by the other person. So if I'm always giving, I will be never be in the position of being influenced. And that is why when I create this first awareness that I am peace, love, I am already started to give. I must always give. So these are the things that is very important, especially in terms of relationships. Okay? So we have 15 minutes here. I was thinking that maybe I can open up for question and answer, whichever is possible, and I can share. Let's stop the sharing. Do you have anything that you want to ask or questions that you want to ask?
Okay, I've just enabled the unmute button. See if anyone has any questions. Please feel free to raise your hands or unmute and ask, or to write in the chat.
Is it very clear what was being shared with you? Why we need to have this constant experience of the qualities of the soul all the time.
Murli Bhai, during the regional Murli, you had shared something that I really liked, and I think it will benefit those who are not there. the connection with the lack of the experience of the innate qualities and how it corresponds to the sickness in different parts of the body connecting with the elements, because that also connects with the whole, the mind and body equation. So if
You want me
can,
to share about that?
yes, if you can share a little bit on it, please, because many of them were not present on that day.
All right, I will share.
Okay, thank you.
I have those. I have that slide. This is the one. So here I want to share with you the connection. You know, in our life, everything is connected. Everything is interrelated. And this has been there since the beginning of Copper Age. People have been studying on this. And the ancient medicine, the Ayurveda medicine, the ancient way of treating any illness or ailment, or understanding the original concept of the Hatha Yogis, they have related this. You know, when they talk about the chakras in the body, you know, each chakra actually relates to one qualities of the soul. Why? Because the chakra is at the position where the nerves of the body is being dispersed to that particular sense organ. And each chakra in the body has a color that relates to the sense organ. Like you can see here, you know, when bliss is the topmost on the head, top of the head. So that's the first quality, you know. It's a violet color. Wisdom is indigo. Peace is blue. Love is green, and happiness is yellow. Purity is orange, and power is red. And can you see that all the qualities has a corresponding organs that is related to it? That means that if I am a person who lacks the experience of peace in my life, then automatically I will definitely have a problem related to my respiratory system, my lungs, breathing problem, coughing, or whatever. So when I am lacking of peace, okay, when I lack of love, that relates to the heart. That's why heart is always connected to love, no? When you say love, they show the heart. When I'm not happy, you know what happens now? When a person is not happy, immediately you will get some gastric, some indigestion, some stomach upset. We can know. Okay? Basically, like generally, unless he takes the wrong type of food, but if he's having this symptom of not being happy for a long time, then he will also have the symptom of stomach problem for a long time. It's not a one-off thing. And then your joint pain, muscle pain, skeletal pain, all this pain is because of lack of willpower. And if I have less of churning power or less of understanding of Baba's Gyan and application of Baba's Gyan in my daily life, then my brain starts to deteriorate. I'll have nerve problem, brain problem, will not be active. Okay? But if I lack of love, lack of experience of the experience of bliss, then I have hormonal problem, you know, endocrine system, everything. So this is something that is related to the qualities. Now, when these qualities are lacking, then these corresponding vices are there. That means if I lack of love, I will become an egoistic person. If I lack of happiness, I'll be a greedy person. Lack of purity, I'll have a lot of attachment. If I lack of wisdom, then I'll be careless. Lack of power, I'll be lazy. Lack of bliss, I'll be lustful. The craving. So, you see, this vices is actually the absence of the qualities of the soul. That's one thing. And you can see, the qualities of the soul is also connected to the relationship. You know, I have a relationship with Baba as a teacher, then it automatically develops my qualities of wisdom. A mother definitely relates to love. Friends always happiness. Sadguru is always purity, no? And father, protection or power. No? And child is peace. And when we have a relationship with Baba as a beloved, then it will give us the experience of bliss. So I can actually not, why I need to have all these relationships with Baba, and also I can check when I lack this relationship in the physical way also, I can know that I lack this experience. That is why I'm going after this relationship. This is a very important relationship. No? And then this relationship or these qualities of the soul are also connected to the elements of nature. Fire, water, ether, air, earth, light, thought. So all these things come directly. So when this happens, when I serve the element of water, like how do you serve the element of water? Like you save water, you don't waste water, you don't, you appreciate heat, you appreciate, you value air, you don't pollute it, okay? So all these things, and Mother Earth, Earth matter, So when you have value for it, when you that people talk about this environment protection, they are talking about all these things actually. So when you serve them directly, physically, or when you serve them with your mind, like when people want to serve the fire, how do they serve the fire? Basically, they will give vibration to the sun. People have the culture to pray to the sun, to offer to the sun god. No, basically they are actually serving the nature, and then they serve the tree or the wind. They pray to the clouds and the sky. They have value for the water. They pray using the water, and then they will make sure the soil is there. So originally people were very close with nature because their livelihood is based on the elements of nature. So this is how all these things are connected. Of course, there's two things there: soul and God, as nature. The five nature is there, but soul and God, because soul is an element of light, right? So it's connected to that. And Baba comes when a person remembers bliss. Actually, they are actually remembering God. So that is how it is. Actually, you can relate to it. It's actually a relationship. So if I pay attention to this quality of the soul, I am automatically serving the elements, serving the nature, and also building up relationships. See, if I'm a very loving person, I will automatically become a mother to everybody. Everybody can feel that I'm like a mother. If I'm a very happy person, everybody can experience me to be their friend. You agree with me? Right? So if I am very powerful, everybody will feel that they are protected. Why do we remember Baba as father? Because the moment we are at the end of Iron Age, the only thing we need power to change. We need some protection from all the negative things, all the problems. That's why Baba is our father mainly. So this relationship comes with the quality. So the more qualities emerge in me, people will have that relationship towards me. They will see me in that way, When I'm very wise, automatically I become a teacher, right? Everybody will come and learn from me, right? When I'm very peaceful, people will feel that, wow, this is a nice person. It's like a child. So this is how actually we are related. Okay?
Thank you, Murli Bhai. Thank you. One of the brothers, I think, has a comment or question.
Yes.
Rey, ¿puede abrir su micrófono?
Ask, brother. Ask.
Hola, saludo para todos. No sé si me escuchan.
Sí, sí. Sí, podemos escucharte. Hermano Rey, ¿puede continuar con su pregunta?
¿Sí me escuchan?
Ahora.
Hola,
Hola.
creo que tengo,
Sí, sí se
tengo problemas
oye.
un poco con la... Ok. Un saludo para todos con mucho amor. La pregunta es, siento una relación entre la respiración y mi conexión con Baba. O sea, cuando yo me conecto con Baba, siento que mi respiración agarra un ritmo como profundo pero corto y siento una gran emoción en el estómago. A ver qué nos puede decir. Gracias. Om Shanti.
No estoy segura si captó completamente la pregunta. ¿Alguien puede traducir, por favor?
Que cuando conecto con Baba, ritmo de respiración que es corta y profunda.
Okay, when we connect with Baba, then the quality of
Y
breathing
siento
is short
mucha
and deep.
emoción,
Okay,
un
and
sentimiento de emoción.
there is a feeling of deep emotion. Yes. Solamente un comentario. Hermano Rey, ¿es un comentario o una pregunta?
I think he's talking about that if is there any relation when you're remembering Baba and you're breathing and your breathing starts taking a special rhythm that brings about so much happiness and if there's any relation between both the breathing rhythm and Baba's remembrance.
Okay. Very interesting relationship. You see that breathing is actually connected with the speed of the thought. Originally when people were interested to learn meditation, those days, the sannyasis, they have few issues need to address. One thing is that they don't want any disturbance, external disturbance, especially in terms of relationship. Because when you are with people, they will always have some issues with you, right? So that is why they isolate themselves in the forest, so that they can be alone. Sannyasi, okay? So one problem solved, okay? Then they found out that, okay, they want to sit and meditate, want to sit and calm and meditate. But how long can they sit? Imagine, can you sit for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours? Or whole day, can you sit? What will happen to your health of the body? So the health of the body is being disturbed because you are not doing anything. You're just sitting only, right? So that is why they created the postures in the yoga. They call it the yoga asana, the physical posture. Because whenever a person does any yoga posture, they will actually stretch their nerves. They will strengthen their muscles, you know. So all these things are happening and they activate their glands in the body. So they become physically healthy. So they can sit in one posture and meditate. And then after a few hours, they can change to a different posture and they can meditate. So they will be healing themselves or keeping their body healthy by changing posture. Now another problem comes. These two are okay. Next is, my mind is going very fast. You can sit quietly, but when the mind is going very fast, what to do? How to slow it down? And that is why they have created the breathing exercise, the pranayama, breathing. So when they breathe slowly and deeply, when they concentrate on their breath, it becomes very slow. Now when your breath is slowing down, the speed of your thoughts will slow down. That is why when we become soul conscious, when we remember Baba, our breath will slow down and it will follow the proper rhythm. You don't need to practice breathing exercise because the moment you're soul conscious, your body takes the natural rhythm, how the soul needs to breathe. And your speed of thought slows down. Right? Now the speed of the thought is slowing down. Then they have one more problem. They are thinking all the unnecessary things. Because there's no knowledge about the soul and the Supreme Soul, right? So they're thinking everything. They only want to think one thing only. That is why they created mantra. Mantra means man means mind. Tra means to free the mind. So when I am thinking, if people are chanting one mantra, imagine they are chanting Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. If people are chanting, actually what they are doing, they are reminding themselves, right? I am a peaceful soul, I am a peaceful soul. If they know the meaning, I am a peaceful soul. So basically they are developing their self-respect. And they are trying to bring out the original quality within them. So this is how it is actually. Why it all came about. And at the end of the day, when Baba came and Baba told us, okay, child, now you just visualize that you're a soul. You experience yourself as a soul and experience the qualities of the soul, you know, and detach yourself from the physical body and remember me. And of course, there's one more secret that I have to share with you. Do you know that when you all are cooking, you have a big pot of, you cook anything, cook some curry or some dal or some dish, and then you put salt, right? What will happen when you put the salt in the dish? Will the salt go everywhere? What do you think? Yeah, everybody thinks that after they put the salt, if you never mix, will the salt go everywhere? Yes, the salt, people think the salt goes everywhere. But sometimes to create confidence, they will mix. But actually the salt is not going anywhere. The water, the liquid, the pure water in the pot is going and diluting the salt. In science, they call it osmosis. You can understand about that. That means anything that is pure, like water, pure water without any substance inside. Okay, pure water. Pure water will always go to where there is impure water, to dilute the impure water, to make the impure water pure. So same thing, if I am connected to Baba, automatically, because Baba is the ocean of purity, that pure thing will automatically come to me. Because the concentration of purity is higher with Baba. The concentration that we are talking about is not the concentration of substance, it's the concentration of purity. That means when the pure water that doesn't have anything inside, that is very high concentration of purity. So this purity is what travels to impurity. So anywhere there is purity, there will be attraction because purity flows to impurity. That is why we are attracted to pure people. People are attracted to pure people. And people are attracted to God. Because the energy from purity will flow to us automatically, naturally, if you are connected to it. That's why when we remember Baba, we will experience everything: peace, love, happiness, bliss. Naturally. You don't need to think about it. Okay?
Thank you, Murli Bhai. Otras preguntas? Okay.
Anybody else has any other questions that you want to ask?
Not seeing any questions. Murli Bhai, if your time permits, can you guide us in a little meditation?
How many minutes? Meditation?
5 minutes? There is one comment, muchísimas gracias. I thank you for all the advice. The truth, all of it is very, all the advice is very practical. So thank you.
I will play the music from here because if I play, then the music is not suppressed. I breathe in slowly and deep. I breathe out. I breathe in slowly and deep. I breathe out. According to my own. As I breathe in and breathe out. I feel physically and I let go of any of my I just want to my body. I bring my attention to the center of my attention. What are the thoughts that I have? The thought that I create is based on the unfinished business, something that is still pending, something that is disturbing. I pay attention to this and I remind myself that I am now myself. Power of that I am experiencing gives me the strength, calm myself, and to overcome any situation and problems in the power of which I am created from my Indian self. To keep my mind present. Power of protect my mind from thinking very unnecessary. And now embarking on the journey of being into peace. I bring my awareness to the center of my and the soul. Calm and the peaceful. And peace. I feel this feeling and this feeling of peace is vibrating all over me. This vibration is serving every stress in my whole body is becoming peace. And feel being transmitted from me to my body. Power of healing is the healing strength to keep my mind very relaxed, calm, and composed. It gives you strength to see who I really to accept myself as this power of peace allows to accept others as they are. I am a peaceful person. I understand every situation as it is. The power of peace that I am transmitting and experiencing allows me to see the reality, the truth in every event that is taking place around me. I am a peace. This peace that I am experiencing allows me to be satisfied and free from any expectation from anyone that this is returned. The peace, the more I experience, the more I will heal my experience peaceful connection with God. I hold on to this experience
Thank you very much, Murli Bhai. And thank you to all beautiful souls who have been able to participate this evening in this wonderful class of how to protect our mind. Now we have our shield and we know how to press the button and go up above the bubble in our elevator. So no more Maya, no more obstacles. Thank you again, Murli Bhai. Thank you, Baba Drama, for this wonderful opportunity to be able to bridge time zones and to travel across oceans and for us to have class together. And so I would like to invite you, maybe you can open your cameras so Murli Bhai can see everyone and we can wave and extend our heartfelt gratitude to him. And a big thank you to Sister Rosanna, who has been behind the scenes translating in Spanish. Thank you very much, Rosanna. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Gracias.
Om Shanti.
Gracias.
Muy bien. Muy bien is very good. So now you have 2 other words to add to your vocabulary.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
See you all in
Sorry?
see you all in the future.
Definitely. Yes.
Okay. I
Om
take leave.
Shanti.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening and keep shining bright, keeping your mind free from all obstacles. Om Shanti. It's very interesting how we got tested immediately, because during the meditation, probably you had difficulty hearing the quality of the meditation. And so you had to connect directly to Baba. So no matter what is happening in drama, noise, chaos, nothing must disturb my internal state. So keep practicing. Om Shanti. I will post the YouTube link in the chat. This will be for the class today, and we will send a recording of the Spanish translated version of the class on WhatsApp. Om Shanti.